Hey everyone, welcome to a transformation video. This is the lemon tree purple potato, you know, their masterpiece-esque shockwave thing. Yeah, well, this is apparently a video that's really needed because one, the instructions are absolutely genuinely terrible, and a lot of the transformation videos I've seen online don't do a very good job because they miss a lot of things and kind of, or misexplain things, or yeah, it's a various things. So it does come packaged in robot mode, so we're going to go from robot to spaceship to back. And yeah, there's definitely a couple of things I'll point out along the way, including, yeah, you'll notice that one of his towers is off. That's because it does come separate, this little piece, this little spire piece, which is the longer one, and the two longer ones in the box, you just kind of plug it in up there. That's one thing. And you notice right there, this little thing's here, and it's not on here, because that is another piece that comes separate. It's actually two separate pieces. You have to take the little spike and this little piece and shove it through the back here and pull it through. And that's the piece, and you attach it. You can attach it as you're transforming it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start transforming here. And you start off with the arms here. And what you want to do there is take the hands and extend them out like this. You know, take the hands. You just do that and go ahead on this one. You know, if you want this extended for spaceship mode, yeah, just extend that out. Then right here, what you want to do, right here is open this up. Right there, get that out of the way. And then you want to go ahead and take this and move that out and move that forward. And you want to move this forward enough. There's a little flap in there. I don't know what you see. There's a little yeah, that thing right there. You see that? Yeah, see that thing? You want to move this forward enough so that starts to come out, so you can get your finger behind that and get that out like that. And you can extend this all the way, and then you can rotate the hand in, right? You just rotate the hand in, and this is where you can go ahead and insert this thing. It goes in underneath, it just goes and slots in. It's not secure, right, at this point. What holds it in place is the hand being flipped around for either spaceship or robot mode. That will hold it in place so it doesn't move, and then, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you want this all straightened out, and then you can bring this forward. You make sure this gets this flap all the way out, so this comes in, because there's a little tab here, which goes underneath that flap. You know, you can bring this forward and tab that all in. And you bring this flap over top of that, and there you go on that. And then you take this right here at the elbow and extend it out like that. Rotate it 180 or not 190 degrees. Then here, up here, you want to go ahead and take this, open that up, and just get that ready. Just get that, send it out right there at the shoulder, and rotate it backwards. That'll get you ready. Basically, get them into a T-pose. So same thing, more or less the same thing here. Just open that up, get out of the way, bring this part down and forward. On the forearm, just bring the lower part down and forward. Sometimes on this one gets a little secure, really secure. Yeah, but yeah, bring that forward and down, get that little flap out, get this little flap out and stuff. Send this all the way out, collapse the hand in, make sure it looks like this. You can't transform it with the gun hand, unfortunately, but yeah, you have to have both of the regular hands. Yeah, so bring that in and then close this up underneath, like that. Close this flap over top, straighten this out, extend that out, rotate 90 degrees, then the shoulder here, open that up, extend this arm out, and then rotate it backwards. Again, T-posing, you want this out of the way for later. And also on top of that, you want to then take back here, you want to take the backpack underneath, you want to slip underneath, and you want to lift it up like this, and then out, because it's on these little hook tabs. This releases. Then you want to split the backpack in half. This part can be a little tricky. The first time I did this took a lot of effort to untab it, so just an FYI on that. Yeah, just go ahead and get that backpack split for now, and just kind of get it a little bit out of the way. Then up here, what you want to do is you want to take the upper chest and split it from the lower chest. It's two pegs, so just lift up like that, and it's on an armature, so you want to bring it forward like this a bit, and then that lets you open up these flaps. You want to open these up like so. Try to get them as far down as possible. Take this piece, bring it forward like this, so you can, on this double hinge, then kind of bring it up and around and down like this, fully extended like this, as far down to the bottom as possible. You want to take the arms and bring them forward, and there's also on this, see this, there's on there, you bring them forward to this, and this thing's also a slider. You want to slide that down all the way. If it's not all the way, it won't work. Nothing will work. And same with going back, you want to slide it all the way up. Yeah, you want to slide that all the way down. And yes, it can be a little stubborn too. Like that looks like it's fine, it's not. You want to bring it, make sure it's all the way down. Then bring these forward. Right here, then you want to take this cylindrical piece. This will be where that little cover piece was. You want to, yeah, this is a very stiff hinge. You want to bring it so it looks like this. See that? It's how it's sitting in there. Yeah, you want to bring it so it looks like this. And then you do the same thing on this side. Again, just bring that down, collapse it in, and then bring these parts together. There's a little magnet in the front too, so you can just bring them together and tab them and everything. Just tab those together. Like so. And then up here, you want to take these flaps and bring them out until they're flush. Bring it out until it's flush. That, and then you should be able to close these panels over top like that. It's all, yeah, if it's all correct, it should just stay tabbed together. So. Then right here, back behind the head, you want to take this panel and move it, open it up, and open that up. Take the head and try to collapse it in, like so. And then close that panel up right there. And that's pretty much the front of the ship done. Before you do anything else, you want to take and come here, these sides of the abdomen, you want to just go ahead and bring those up. They're on this hinge right here. Just bring those up, like so. Kind of want to start going ahead and get these to the side and out of the way too. And see this this set of hinges right there? You want to bring them out on this side, on this like this. So they look like that. Same on this side, you see that. Bring it all the way out as far as it'll go. And there you go. You want to take these flaps right here on the inside and again extend them all the way out like that. Same on this side. Take it. Extend that all the way out like that. Then you take these panels right here. You want to take these, and they're on a double hinge, so you want to untab them and bring them forward like this and collapse it in. There's a good chance that when it's in robot, it'll look like that anyway. That's how mine came, so just know if it looks like that already, it's already correct. Yeah, do the same thing on this side. Just bring that forward and against the side. And then you can take the front here, and you see these peg holes right there. See those peg holes? Yeah, there's these pegs right here. You want to bring them it down so it collapses over those peg holes. Like that. You can see it's pretty much all, well, actually that's slightly out of alignment. There we go. That was out of alignment a little bit. There we go. You see it's all lined up now? Yeah. So that's one part. That's the fourth. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's all the easy part. The hard part's down here at the legs. But yeah, what you then want to do is kind of, again, try to get these as much out of the way as possible. Which means rotating them down and around like this and just, again, get them out of the way. Because then what you got to do is rotate the waist around 180, like this. Gotta bring this down. Rotate the waist around 180, and then the ab crunch, you want to go ahead and, there's multiple hinges there. You want to take this hinge inside the abdomen and bring it out like so. As much as possible, get it back as far as possible, and then take use the ab crunch joint and bring the waist up like this. So it looks like this. And this part right here, we'll probably unpeg several times while doing this. Don't worry, when you get the ship all together, it will stay in place. So just know that. And then take, yeah, these legs. So they're now just standing up like this. You take these flaps right here, bring them down, and then bring the legs back like that. Again, try to keep these out of the way as much as possible. Yeah. Trying to remember how they, okay, yeah, they orient like this. See that? These places, you want to kind of get them out of the way. Just kind of bring them down and just forget about them for now. Just get them as much out of the way as possible. Just get those pieces just out of the way. They're, yeah. So. 8. All right, so here comes the hard part of the transformation, the legs, the back end of the ship. So yeah, you got it all like this, right? And so what you got to do here is you got to come back here to the back of the legs here, and you got to, first thing you want to do is take these feet, take the heels down, rotate them around like that, and pull them back out. So fold, rotate, fold. That's more or less gets them ready for this stuff. Then you want to untab this little half a jet booster thing, and then untab this fin, and that will let you open up the leg right here, right? You want to go ahead and rotate the leg outward to the side like this. Also, this is upside down. And then take this part and move this out like that. You want to go ahead and move this part out, and then this will become the back end of the ship. So you want to kind of go ahead and get this shape already, and then just rotate here on the ball joint and just move it out of your way. For now, that's going to just stay there. Take this flap right here and then move that down in there. Take this fin and move that all the way out. You can take this little purple piece right here, this little piece right here, the lighter purple piece, and rotate that outward like this. And the foot is a little, this is where things get tricky with the, regarding the foot placement. So see, there's multiple hinges attached on the ankle, see? You need to rotate it in such a way that it's, yeah, you want to rotate this hinge so it's facing like that, and then you have this hinge facing like this, so this can fold up into the top right here. On top of that, you need to have it, you need to have this hinge right here, the gray part, you need to have that, this is a really stiff ankle right there. You need to have this so that it's kind of, you want this in as much as possible. Is that an angle you're probably not thinking it would be at? But you want, if you have it in as much as possible, this should be all lined up in such a way that they will not interfere with this one, because this is what causes problems, why people are having trouble having this all together, is this foot. It's usually, if this is out of alignment, the feet are out of alignment on either side, it will not come together and you're like, what's going on? See, then you can go ahead and then rotate this around a little bit. Not going to go all the way quite yet, but yeah, just get that ready to go. And just kind of get that out of the way. Now this one, you want to do the same sort of thing. Untab this jet booster thing, untab the fin. On this one, this part and the fin are actually on this two separate sides. Anyway, take this fin and move that up. Take this and move this, you know, unfold this a bit. Fold that. Take this little purple piece and rotate it outward. Take this gray piece right here, fold it down. Go ahead and rotate this outward. Get this outward like this so it's out of the way. And then same thing with the foot. You want to go ahead and rotate it at this hinge like that. Bring it down. And yeah, rotate it around so that it's up in this little crevice here. And again, just you need to rotate in such a way that it's kind of counterintuitive. Yeah, you want to push that in as much as possible. So again, if it's sticking out too much past this this line, it ain't gonna work. That means already something's off. You want to rotate that amount as much as possible, and then again, go ahead and rotate this around on this hinge. Make sure to get this part out of the way too. And this part is also correctly lined up. Bring it around. Now this part right here, this is the part people forget often. This is the part people often miss, is this kneecap. You need to untab that and bring it inside so it's inside this thing on both sides. So untab that and bring it so it's inside. And bring this over top. So, and now this part right here, you want this part of the hip skirts, you want those pushed forward as much as possible. And also make sure that's, you know, sitting where it needs to be. And I just accidentally push that part in. That's not a huge problem though. It fixes pretty easily. Yeah. And then you can go ahead and start bringing this in. And this part of the ankle, this purple part will wedge in between the hip. And I forgot this part, which is, yeah, this part. I totally forgot. This is one part really important. This hip skirt, you got to actually rotate that and move that down like that. Same on this side. Rotate that and move that down. I can't believe I forgot that part. I got so involved in thinking of the feet that I forgot about that part. But yeah, that's really important as well. If you don't do that, it will not line up. Otherwise, things get in the way of each other and it goes bad. Anyway, so then you can go ahead and start bringing the back end in. This wedges between the hip skirt and the hip. So do the same thing on this side. Go ahead and also right up here, tab this in to more or less hold this part in place too, because otherwise it's going to keep collapsing. Again, bring this in, wedge that the hip, the ankle joint between the hip and the hip skirt. And if it's all correct, it'll just tab in as well. And this will also all tab in like that. It's a matter of getting it all lined up, making sure these knee pieces aren't messing with each other either. Yep. And then you can just go ahead and tab this in up here. And tab this in down here. And then tab these boosters together. So, yeah. And see, it's all together. You just got to make sure those feet are in the proper order, and also make sure those hips. And also only flip the top ones. The bottom ones are pointless. The only reason they're there is because the molds for the legs are identical. They just use the same mold twice. So just remember that. Only the top one, not the bottom ones. The bottom ones are pointless. You don't want to remove those. You want to remove only the top ones. Now down here, what you do is they haven't come untabbed already. You want to untab this stuff and bring out the wings and whatnot. Go ahead and get those out of the way. And then right here, you want to take these parts and you want to bring them to the flight stand because you cannot really put this down without the flight stand. Make sure these are all lined up. See this? These little pointy bits on this part are pointing forward. And there's little slots on the back right here and right here. You want to slot this in. And I also recommend before you do this the first time, shave this down a bit. This is way too tight, so shave it down a bit before you do it. And also do test fittings. Test it on one side. If it's a really struggle to put it in, shave it down some more. And then, yeah, go ahead and bring the other side in and also tab it over and tab it together like that. And you can bring this forward, and this tab will go up in this slot right here, like so. Then you can go ahead and take the wing and, yeah, fully extend it out. You know, make sure it's all lined up. Take the little jet booster pod thing, rotate it up. So work this all up as much as possible. So that's pointing up. And then take this fin, bring it straight out. And this little gray piece, this gray piece is actually a slider joint of sorts. And you want to rotate this down so that it's pointing straight down. Right about there. And then you same thing this side. Oop, bang the camera with the, don't bang the camera with your thing. Yeah, then take this, rotate this forward. Bring this out, straighten out the wings, makes it all line up with itself like that. Take the jet pod thingy, rotate it around and bring it up like that. So this is pointing up, and then take this and point it down, like so. And then the last piece of you, which is you fold that down, and there you go. You have the Revenge in its vehicle mode. The Revenge there. And there you go. Stand and everything. Okay, yeah, because you need the stand to display because that thing. So yeah, going back, you gotta first thing you gotta do is take that off. Which this can be a pain in the butt because again, that even with me shaving down that tab a bit, it can still be a bit of a nuisance. Someone apparently ruined a bunch of their sputters trying to get this. I bled. I genuinely bled because of this thing. Because trying to separate this part. Yeah, take that, open that up, separate that out, and get that stand out of here. Right there. You can go ahead and start collapsing this all up. The engine pods, take the fin and slide it over, collapse that up. There's a tab here which go in that slot here. That, bring the engine pod down, collapse it up like that, and that will kind of more or less stay out of your way for now. Same on this side. Close the wing, close it up, tab it in, move the engine pod out of the way. Oop. Probably come undone a couple times because it's going to be in the way a little bit. Yeah, close that up, bring this down, rotate that down, take this flap, bring it out, and close it up like that. There you go. That's another one done. And this is just trying to get it out of the way. Just staying out of the way so it doesn't interfere with the back end here. Which thankfully the back end is a lot easier to do going back to the robot mode than it is going into alt mode, because it's taken apart. And from there, what you want to do is go ahead and take this, open that up right there, and separate these tabs. These are easier to separate first. Right there is those tabs, and then the bottom, because they're at an angle. The weird angled tabs. Yeah, separate those out and just move those out of the way. Go ahead and untab these like that, and then split. Because most of the tabs along here are mostly guidance tabs. It's mostly these tabs that kind of hold it all together. And then go ahead and start splitting out the leg like that. Halfway through, of course, don't forget to take the kneecap and put it back and tab it in. Yeah, so extend the leg. Go ahead and let's see, rotate it. Well, actually don't rotate it yet because everything's in the way right now. Take the foot and move it out. And try to move it out so that actually, it does that. You see how stiff this hinge is. Yeah. Take this and slide it in, rotate it in. Take this panel and move that out. The heel, fold it down, rotate it around, rotate it back up. This and take these pieces and this ball joint to bring them down. You kind of have to collapse these in a particular way. You want them inside like that, kind of more or less like inside like this, so they can go inside here cleanly. You also need to, bring this one with it, collapse this down too, bring this all inside. This tab's in right here. There's a little tab, goes in that slot. And this tab's into the back of the fin, like that. That's the leg, all done. Ready to go. Well, that's the lower part of the leg anyway. And you rotate that right there at the knee, and that's pretty much ready. Actually, I think that's the wrong way. It is the wrong way. Yeah, rotate at the knee right there. There we go. And then take this part and open that up. Take this guy out of the way. Put the kneecap back where it was, like that. Rotate it the rest of the way. Take the foot, get it out of the way. You're gonna rotate at this hinge right there so it can face forward and all that stuff. Try to straighten that out as much as possible. Take the heel, fold it down, rotate the metal piece 180, put the heel back up. Take this piece and rotate it back into the thing like that. Take this little gray piece and move that up. Take these, fold it in. And again, you got to fold these in a particular way. Close that up, and that up has got to be inside the leg. So bring that in. Bring this side in. Make sure the fin goes underneath. And again, tab, slot. And then this tab's in right there. So it's no leg done. Bring it down, rotate it around, and then legs are mostly done. Let's kind of close that up and then get this situated like that. So then you can go ahead and take these pieces and bring them forward and back down. Bring it forward and back down like that. Yeah, these do also do the same thing, but don't bother. I think it's just for cost saving, just basically make the legs exactly the same both sides. Anyway, you then rotate this waist around 180. Also close those up. Rotate the waist around and yeah, move this hinge, double hinge, all the way back around. Collapse it back in. There you go. And now it's front heavy again. You go ahead and rotate these like this, like this. You want the little pointy bits pointing down. Bring them back, and that's just kind of out of the way for now. Just get them out of the way for now. And then they take this piece and peg it like that. Too high. Then take this panel, fold it in, fold that in. Take these panels on the double hinges, untab them. They can be a little stiffer this way. But yeah, they're a little more solid this way. And yeah, take them on the double hinge and move them so they look like that. Same on this side. Yeah, move it up and around so it looks like that. And on these hinges, you want to bring them inward like that. Inward like that. Yeah, so it's resting in that little groove. And then you bring these down and they'll fill out the abdomen. And you go ahead and start working on this part right here in the front. Take these pieces and open those up. And then take this also and go ahead and open that up. Bring the head out, like so. Collapse this in, and then close this up. And yeah, go ahead and take these and move them down as far as you can. Take these panels, collapse it in, collapse that in, that's all the way down. Then take the arms here, separate them a bit, and extend them out like that on that hinge. Extend it out as much as you can on that hinge. Then, of course, on the sliders, you want to slide them back up all the way. Make sure it's all the way. If it's not all the way, it's not going to fit. Yes, again, they're kind of stiff. I don't know why. I'm going to try this one first. Okay. And then you can bring that out. Again, same on this side. Yeah, bring that out. Like that. Then you take this and you want to use that hinge, this double hinge as much as possible so you can get this out. Yeah, you want to kind of bring that up and about like this so it can come over the top of the tabs and whatnot. Sit right in there. Then you can close this up. Close that up. Like that. You can go ahead and take this in on this armature, move it back, and then these pegs will now go in these forward slots. Yeah, these forward ones, and then just press it down all the way. So, press it down all the way. Then you can take the backpack and tab it together. Yeah, collapse that against the backpack, and straighten this out, and then again bring this up and hook it over these tabs. Hook it over and then collapse it against the back as far as possible. There you go. Nice and solid. Make sure those are tabbed in like they're supposed to be. Now take the arms here and rotate them down and collapse it back up like this and close this panel right here. Just close that up. Same on this side. Rotate that down, collapse it in, close that up. You can rotate the arms forward, so. And you go ahead and take this panel, move that down, move that forward, take this little panel, collapse it in, take this hand and move it out, like that. Make sure it's all the way collapsed in, collapse this up into there like that. And then close this panel over top, like so, and of course, slide that up. Then here you want to take this one again, open that up, collapse this back. Actually, take the hand out. Don't knock that out. Rotate the hand out. Collapse this panel all the way into the thing, close it up, and close that up. And there you have one last thing to do, which is collapse that up. Then you can do whatever you want with the hands, and that is Purple Potato all transformed all the way through. Yeah, again, the most difficult part is the legs. Most of this is actually pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward, but yeah, the legs are a big problem, and getting this backpack split the first time may be a problem, and after that, it should be a bit easier. But largely, other than that, though, it's actually a pretty solid figure. It's just got the fiddly legs, which, as you saw, I struggled a little bit, even though I've transformed this multiple times. It still can be. Oh yeah, and also one last thing, also is a collapses inward. That's always something I forget. Yeah. And there you go. That's the transformation. It's really simple. Well, not simple. I want to say simple. It's conceptually simple, but execution can be a bit of a pain between the bad instructions and just simply, yeah, between the bad instructions, just simply the fact that it's got some fiddly bits can be annoying. But yeah, that's hopefully that was helpful for you, those of you who have it and have been struggling. And yeah, I hope to see you with the review.